Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, ACCUPLACER Review, Arithmetic, Problem 22. This is the Arithmetic ACCUPLACER Review, Problem 22. We want to do 12 and 3/7 minus 5 and 6/7. So for addition or subtraction of fractions, I like to write the problem vertically. So I'm going to write 12 and 3/7 and underneath it 5 and 6/7, and then make it a subtraction. Now for problems like this, you have to do the whole number part, get an answer, do the fraction part, get an answer. And again, to do adding or subtracting of fractions, I need to have a common denominator, which I do have. They're both 7ths, which is good. But there is a little bit of a problem. This is one of those questions where I'm going to need to borrow. So when I do 3/7 minus 6/7, there's not enough on top to take away 6. 3 isn't big enough. I can't go into negative numbers, 3 minus 6. So to borrow, I'm going to take the whole number from the top fraction and reduce it by 1. It was a 12. I'm going to make it an 11. Now in reality, it's still a 12. It's an 11 and 7/7. And I put it in terms of 7/7 because that's the denominator I'm dealing with. So now that's 7/7 with the 11 that really adds up to 12. Add the 7/7 to the 3/7 that's already there, 7 and 3 on the top, add up to 10. So I've changed the problem to 11 and 10/7 minus 5 and 6/7. Now I can do my subtraction. 10 minus 6 is 4, and my common denominator is 7. And now if I subtract the whole numbers, 11 minus 5 is 6. So I have 6 and 4/7. And if I look at my 4 possible options, 6 and 4/7 is option B. It is one of my choices. Now, not everyone remembers how to borrow. It's something that you've heard of, and you probably were able to do it before, but you might not remember. There is a way to do one of these problems without borrowing if you've forgotten. It's a little bit more work, but you don't have to remember how to borrow. And what you do is convert both fractions into improper fractions from the mixed number form, and then you don't have to borrow. So to do that, you would multiply the denominator times the number in front. And if I multiply 7 times 12, I get a result of 84. Then you take that 84 and add it to the top. 84 and 3 is 87. So I have 87/7 minus, same process with the 5 and 6/7, make it an improper fraction. So I'm going to multiply the denominator times the number in front. 7 times 5 will be 35. Take that result of 35 and add it coming up. So 35 plus 6 more is 41. So I have 87/7 minus 41/7. Again, I have my common denominator. 87 minus 41 is 46, and my common denominator is 7. Now, in this form, it doesn't really match any of my options. So what I have to do is put it from an improper fraction back to a mixed number. So I know that 42/7 will reduce to 6. So I have a 6, and now if I take 42 of those 46/7 away, there's 4/7 left. 42 taken from 46 gives me 4 left, and my denominator is 7. And again, I get the same answer with slightly more work, but I don't have to remember how to borrow. So if you remember the borrowing, that'll go the quickest, it's the easiest. But if you don't remember, you still have an option.